I was pleased to be elected policy chairman again. What we saw in this last campaign was that candidates really matter, but what you're for also really matters. I think that's one of the reasons that virtually every predictor of what was going to happen in the elections was wrong. You know, the president wasn't defeated by huge numbers. In fact, he may not have been defeated at all. We gained seats in the House. We are going to hold the majority in the Senate. Hispanic Americans voted for Republicans in ways that they have not ever done before. African American women, young African American men below, say, 35, high percentages of them, way beyond expectations, voted for our candidates, voted for the president. I think if you're a Republican in the Senate today, if you're a Republican in the Congress today, there are incredible opportunities out there as we look at what voters said they didn't want, but also what voters clearly said they do want. They want more opportunity. They want more fairness. They want a strong economy. They don't want the regulators to regulate us out of business. We want every regulation we need and not a single regulation we don't need. They'd like to see what happened in the first 3 years of the Trump administration continue to happen. That's a message that we all need to pay close attention to. High employment numbers, low unemployment numbers among every group in America, and voters defied every predictor when they came to the polling place and said, this is what we want to see more of.
First, I'm very thankful to have made it through another election season and on to my second term in the United States Senate. So to the people of Iowa, I'm very honored to be able to serve you again for 6 more years. For this leadership team and for my Republican conference, I want to say thank you so much for once again electing me as vice chair of the Republican conference. It is such a tremendous opportunity for me to be able to take the story that I get, and you hear me talk about it all the time, but I'm so proud of the 99 county tour that I do every single year, that Chuck Grassley has done for 40 years, to be able to gather those stories from Iowans and take their opportunities and their challenges and their voices and lay it out with the members of this leadership team to make sure that they are represented here to the best of my ability in the United States Senate. One also, you'll recognize as the only female member of the leadership team, it is a great honor to be able to project a conservative woman's voice on the national stage, and recognizing that this may have been the GOP year for our women. And again, just adding an additional voice for them as we continue to move through this next term. But again, just so grateful, first, again, people of Iowa, and then to the members of my conference for re-electing me, putting their trust and confidence in me for this position as vice chair. Thank you.
First off, it's a real honor to get elected to do this job. It's a hard job. I'm going to take it very seriously. I know the job is to make sure we have a Republican majority in the Senate. First, we've got to go win in Georgia, and we're going to win in Georgia. We all heard what the Democrats are going to do. Chuck Schumer said if he can take Georgia, he can change America. And we know what the Democrat changes are. Medicare for All, which is going to take away private health insurance for 150 million Americans. The Green New Deal, which is going to ruin our economy. It's a $100 trillion expenditure. The socialism, reduce funding for the police. All these things are going to change the America that we all grew up in, that we all want to keep. We've got great candidates for the 22 cycle. We're going to recruit others, and we're going to continue to have a Republican majority after the Georgia races and at the end of 22.